Welcome, everybody. I see a lot of names joining us. I see a lot of familiar faces as well. We've seen your registrations and we are excited to have you here today. We're gonna give it a few 2 minutes so people are able to join us on this Zoom. If this is your first time attending our Global Gopher experiences, welcome, welcome. My name is Marina Uehara, and I am an international I used to be an international student many years ago. I actually did my graduate program here at the University of Minnesota in CHD as an international student from Argentina. So I know how exciting it is for our new students to be arriving here today. And also how excited you must be to meet people from your department and your colleges, including staff and students. I use she, her pronouns. Folks here at the University of Minnesota can choose whether and how to share their specific pronouns, gender identities, and or pronouns with their unit or their supervisors, colleagues, instructors, and classmates. Using someone's correct pronouns is also a way to show respect and create a sense of inclusion. So as you are all comfortable with, please update your names. We'll be asking everybody to click the 3 dots up here. You can write your names and rename yourself with your names, your pronouns, and then what college you are admitted to. So if you're in the College of Liberal Arts, that will be CLA, and then write if you're an undergrad or grad. That will help us then easily put you into breakout rooms, which is the later half of our session. Again, welcome everybody. My name is Marina Uehara. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm the program director for student engagement and the Global Gopher experiences. For those of you joining us today, if you can click on the chat button and type where you are joining us from. Are you here in Minnesota already? Or are you still in your home countries? Are you preparing for your travels? We will love to hear where you're joining us from. I see Manjiri from India, Siwo from South Korea, Dennis from China, Samyak from India. So welcome, welcome everybody. I'm so excited to see the variety of countries that we have represented here for incoming class of fall 2023. We will now continue to chat where you're joining us from, but I will ask Robert to play a quick video about a welcome video by university staff.
The University of Minnesota deeply values its international students and has a long history of welcoming students and scholars to campus. We asked students, faculty, and staff to tell us why they're glad international students are here at the U of M. These are just a few of the responses we received.
When I was a young man, I got to spend a year as an international student, and that experience changed my life. I think any really great university has people involved in it from all corners of the world, so I'm glad that you're here at this university. And I hope your experience as an international student changes your life like it did mine.
I'm so glad that you are here because your presence makes us a great global university. The University of Minnesota is home to over 6,400 international students from 130 countries. And by living and studying here, you're taking the next step in reaching your dreams and making connections with people from all over the world.
I couldn't be more excited that the University of Minnesota is so inclusive of international students. I'm really glad you're here. I want to welcome you to Minnesota, and I want to encourage you to get involved on campus. This is now your school, and you have an opportunity to really make the University of Minnesota and the Twin Cities community a better place.
I'm constantly impressed with the courage and the passion that you put in to everything. It takes a lot to come overseas and study in the US and learn our culture and learn our customs and really make yourself vulnerable to everything. And every day I'm impressed by the international students that I meet and always so interested in your stories and your journeys to get here.
And it's something that I think all universities need to have international students as part of the community. It's really what makes universities great. So I'm really glad you're here, and I hope that you have a great experience as an international student in our campus.
And I'm amazed by our international students. I'm amazed at what they teach me about myself as an instructor and how I teach. Thank you, and I'm so glad you're here.
Thank you, Robert, for playing that video. I have the exciting pleasure to now pass it on to our ISSS Assistant Dean and Director, Dr. Barbara Kapler, to do our official welcome for all of you.
Thank you, Marina. I am so honored to be here with all of you and part of this amazing team that is providing today's program. I want to welcome each of you to today's session. I am Barbara Kapler and I use she, her pronouns. I'm Assistant Dean and Director of International Student and Scholar Services, or ISSS. I think our office is really lucky. We are the ones who are part of this fantastic campus community that is having the opportunity to work with all incoming international students and scholars. Not only do we provide the global Gopher experiences, but we are with you throughout your academic journey. We're not going anywhere. We're going to be here for your whole degree program. We're a resource for you to help you navigate this amazing institution and very large institution. Our mission within ISSS is to create an engaged and inclusive international learning community. Being here today gets you started on being an active member of this community. And I'm really glad that you've chosen to be here for this program. You get to learn from staff, you get to learn from experts, you get to connect with your colleges. And I'm so thankful for everyone on this call who's created these amazing global Gopher experiences. We have had more than 600 students participate in these summer sessions. We know you have a lot to do before the start of the school year, and we also know that things are still complicated from the implications and impact of the pandemic. For example, the difficulty in getting visa appointments in some locations. So as you continue to have questions, as you continue to do that work of arriving, we're here for you, and we hope that you reach out both to us as well as your college partners. Before moving on, I want to give a shout out to everyone here today representing the colleges. We have 26 campus partners here today. It's just fantastic. I thank you for being in this space to help us in welcoming new students from around the world. Before turning back the program to Vishwish, I want to tell you all that we're really having a beautiful August. Some of you who are here in Minnesota know that already. And we truly look forward to welcoming each of you as part of a fantastic group, 1,000 new international students starting this fall. We look forward to welcoming you and seeing you on campus soon. Thank you.
Hi everyone. My name is Viswesh Seshan. You can call me V. I go by he, him pronouns. I'm introducing today's session for you. I'm a senior global Gopher leader. Today is the Meet Your College Fellows event. All of you will get a chance to interact with different personnel from your respective colleges, as well as student leaders who are actively a part of these colleges. We'll give you our insights and our experiences and how to navigate sort of the complicated nature of college life. So feel free to ask any questions that you may have. For the following events, the Global Gopher Experiences Welcome and Kickoff is on August 21st. That's going to be a fun event where you get to meet more international students and see what it's like in Minnesota. One of the most important events that we have coming up is the August 29th Academic Success Day. There are multiple caucuses and open houses on this day where you can meet many different people, take a tour of Walter Library, which, fun fact, we have the entire building booked out. So you guys are good to see all of the places in that in the library. And we really look forward to working with you pretty soon. Next slide. The next event we have coming up is the Academic Success Day. The August 29th event, it's at 8:30 to 3 p.m. Central Standard Time in Walter Library. This will also be one of our first in-person events, so register in advance. The link will be sent in chat shortly, and we look forward to seeing you to celebrate the 100th year anniversary of Walter Library. Looking forward to seeing all of you. I'm going to pass it on over to Daniel.
Hi, everyone. Thank you, Viswish. Hi, everyone. My name is Daniel. I'm one of the undergraduate leaders in Global Gopher Experiences. Allow me to introduce to you guys a couple of ways to stay connected with ISSS as a new international student. So if you have any questions, I would like for you guys to know that you can always feel free to reach out to us via email at isssnew@umn.edu. Do bear in mind that all the links will be shared in chat from now till the end. And as an ISS staff member will respond to you as soon as possible. You can also learn more important information about pre-arrival preparation via our website. And lastly, if you want to get connected with new peers, we highly recommend that you guys check out Global Gopher Experiences, aka GGE, and a link will be sent in the chat. Please do sign up for new events. I really recommend going for all these in-person events and meeting these new people because they're absolutely great people in my opinion. We will now watch a recording from Alex Kleberg, an ISSS intercultural trainer who is not here in person with us today, but has nonetheless taken the liberty to record a little something for us. Next slide, please.
Very good. Well, thank you so much. So the higher education experience has, as I understand it, two ways of thinking about it. On the left side, we hear self-discovery. This is the US case or the United States case, finding your own path and building skills. Whereas one of my graduate students from India said the case in India is very different. One of not self-discovery, but predestination, making steady progress on a pre-planned journey and maximizing job prospects. So two different frames of understanding what the higher education experience is. So if you're coming from a situation where it's more predestination than self-discovery, there may be a bit of culture shock, and these next few slides will help you navigate the culture of higher education here and its expectations. So there's many paths. There's hundreds of classes, dozens of majors and minors, internships for graduate students. There's conferences and associations to join or present at. There's research opportunities. There's even jobs on campus and around the city. There's oceans of advice from many different people, from your academic advisors to your departmental advisors, from former educators or teachers, graduate program coordinators, faculty advisors, the director of graduate studies. All these people may have answers to the questions that you're looking for. There's also ISSS advisors or career advisors. And of course, there's people that don't have the word advisor in their title, such as your friends or upperclassmen, and even your parents, I'm sure, are able to provide advice every now and again. Well, there's many paths, but don't fall off. There are certain rules and requirements for your student visa and for the University of Minnesota and for your major and your graduate program as well. So all your advisors are making sure that as you navigate these different paths, you don't fall off of any particular path. So one thing that you'll hear often is that it's up to you. Advisors will give advice. It's up to you to implement that advice. And it's up to you to follow up with your advisor or advisors. And it's up to you to read the emails that they send on your official U of M email address. and it's up to you to schedule. So you'll hear that word a lot. It is up to you. It's up to you, so self-advocate. You can make requests of advisors and teachers and everybody here at the university that's here to support you. It's up to you to make those requests of them. So you can say things like, I don't understand a liberal education requirement. Could you please explain it? Or perhaps you can say, can you speak slower? That is a permissible question if you need it. Can you send me an email about what we discussed? Can you tell me which conferences I should attend? How do I find opportunities for professional development? Can you add captioning to the Zoom? These are questions that you are expected to ask. Oftentimes, I've been told international students are surprised that their colleagues got some advice that they didn't get. And they're wondering, why didn't I get this advice on which conference I should attend or which class I should take specifically? And the answer was, they didn't ask. So make sure to ask these questions.
Okay, we'll pass it on over to Daniel to introduce the next part of our session.
So,
Alrighty. So now I'll be passing it on to Maggie Harris, who will be taking some time to talk about leadership in a global context. So Maggie, please.
Hello, everyone. My name is Maggie Harris, and I use she, her pronouns. And I manage our global courses and programs in the undergraduate leadership minor here on campus. And I'm so happy to be here with you today. And I briefly want to review the idea of leadership as it pertains to you and your international student experience. And it'll build nicely off of the previous video that you watched. So let me first say that I have some empathy for you as an international student. I grew up my whole childhood as an international student in Asia, with my family remaining abroad while I was in undergraduate student and in graduate school as well. So while not a direct comparison to your university experience, I am familiar with some of the challenges and opportunities of living outside of your home country or away from family. And leadership development is a great opportunity with this experience, though. There are two key points that I want to make from leadership research that I think may feel relevant to your personal experiences here. Before I do, though, I want to note that culturally, we all may have different definitions, understandings, experiences, and expectations around what leadership is. Gender, age, education, experience, culture, and more will shape what we believe leadership to be, and if we can be a leader. That is likely represented in varying ways right here on this call. And this is not exclusive to an international identity. This is very human. For purposes of mutual understanding, I want to talk about you growing as a leader through connection to your own identity and experiences. Through better understanding of self in new and challenging contexts, we can grow our understanding of others, and then cultivate belonging and inclusive leadership, which we've heard mentioned quite a bit on this call today. Belonging is critical to a strong community, and you are part of our community. Belonging matters. A leader isn't necessarily about management or title, but it is about influence and change for good, whether you're changing yourself or you're changing a system. So let me share this in the context of two academic frameworks of leadership. First, I want you to think about the notion of global leadership. You can see here on the screen, I have a definition. One of the definitions of global leadership is that it involves managing multiple stakeholders, cultures, and resources, and establishing and maintaining the organizational structures, processes, and relationships required to do so effectively. So does that sound familiar? From what I just learned from the previous speaker, this really aligns with what you have charged as an international student. You are immersed in a living case study of global leadership as international students, but it's not enough to simply participate. Similar to the last message, you have to intentionally engage in leadership development along the way. So how do we do that? For your consideration, I want to introduce the notion of intercultural development and critical global citizenship. And you can see there's a brief highlight of this on the slide. So on the spectrum of intercultural development, we hope to get to a place of deep intercultural engagement, adaptation, and critical global citizenship. But on that spectrum, the work first has to start with exploring self and then connecting with others and belonging before we can get to the critical, deep work. And if you wouldn't mind switching to the next slide, please. So I'm not intending to connect specifically the Western and particularly American ideal of individualism, but rather stress self-awareness. How do you link your global identity and experience as an international student to shaping your leadership development? And to risk offering more advice, I suggest that as a way to explore self and thereby increase belonging and a more intentional engagement in your global leadership exercise that you are living, try the following. So finding a resilience and joy practice. This work is not easy. Many people on this call have mentioned the courage and the bravery and the challenge ahead for you. Make certain that you engage in a practice that provides rest and peace and joy in ways that are meaningful and useful to you on this journey. You're going to have to reframe thinking sometimes as necessary. Yes, you came here to learn and you will learn, but you also have really incredible gifts to offer and contribute to our community and to the world. And people want to learn from and be inspired by and be connected with you as well, truly. So know that you bring that to the table and use your resources. You've heard this mentioned a great deal. Connect to your international and intercultural peers and services right here at the university. Join student groups and share stories and explore your defaults and get involved. And if your schedule allows, consider some classes that explore identity or offer group work. In the program I'm in, the leadership minor, not to risk sounding like an advertisement, we have a class called Personal Leadership in the University that digs into identity and understanding of leadership in your personal context. We have students of all backgrounds from all majors and identities, creating some diversity in the learning environment. And group projects are a great way to provide reflection points on how cultural identities shape how we work and connect and lead as well. And finally, don't forget to reflect along this journey. Research shows that it's not enough to simply experience and be immersed in new things. We only grow when we reflect on those experiences with purpose. And so just remember, we're all in a global system with varied cultural values, and exploring your identity to better connect with others and cultivate belonging and inclusivity is really key to critical global citizenship. And the interconnectedness and intersectionality of all of us in this live global leadership experience that you're living can make us better. You truly make us better. You are so valued, and we are so glad that you are here. And I'm pass it back to Marina.
Thank you, Maggie, so much for the very personable and insightful reflection that you just shared with us. She's inviting all of you to really be part of the University of Minnesota, and that you have, reminding you that you have all that it needs to be a global leader here at the U of M. And so thank you so much for inviting students to reflect upon their experiences and to really be proud of everything they have done to get to this point. I am now excited to pass it on to one of our really great campus partners at the graduate school, Nuru Anjamanalina, who's the Assistant Vice Provost for Graduate School and Postdoctoral Initiatives, to share a little bit about what this global leadership will look like, especially if you're a graduate or a professional school student. So Nuru, to you.
Thank you very much, Marina. Hello, everyone, and welcome to University of Minnesota. Thank you for choosing us. We are so honored to have you. Next slide, please. I just want to take a few minutes to share some tips for navigating graduate school for our international graduate students. These are the two tips that I have found very critical. Even in my own journey, I'm originally from Madagascar, so I came to the University of Minnesota as an international student, and I've been here for quite a while. And in my work with graduate students, which has been about 22 years now, two things I think would be very helpful for those of you just starting out, whether you are a master's professional student or a PhD student. One is to build a network of support. I can count how many mentors I had, and those who are officially mentors to me during my graduate school and those who were unofficial. But it's really important to have a network of people to support you through the various phases that you're going to go through and through the multiple identities that you have. It is important to have a good relationship with an advisor, your advisor, other faculty in your department or across your department. But it's really important to have more than one person to share all of the different things that you need to be successful in your program. So building a network of support among faculty, staff, and peers, as well as having multiple mentors. A mentor is different from an advisor, but your advisor can also be a mentor. But not all advisors are mentors. So it's really important to know whether your advisor is an advisor, meaning they're simply there to tell you what courses to take, to maybe give you advice on your research or your professional internship or capstone that you have to do, but they're not really invested in making sure that you as a student, from a holistic approach, that may not be their focus. They're probably just interested in your academic success, which is fine. But what that means is you need to find other people who can help you reach your goals in other areas of your life, your professional needs, thinking about all the different stages of a PhD program, 5 to 6 years. It takes more than one person to get you through that. So in the graduate school, we really believe in building a network of support and having multiple mentors as a part of that. Next slide, please. It's also very important to know that graduate school can be a maze. You can find yourself going in different directions and not really knowing what your objective is. So we encourage that you start thinking about a plan for your individual development, academically and professionally. So what are your academic and professional goals? And you can divide them into semesters or your first year. What are you hoping to accomplish with your coursework, with your writing, with your research, with your scholarly work? How are you going to accomplish those goals? How are you going to divide them along the semesters? You can start thinking about timelines and deadlines in the by month, accomplish this goal by this time, who or what will help you, and know that there are resources available to you. grad.umn.edu, there's academic and career support. Also know that there's a new program called Grad Intercom for international graduate students that we're starting. And I'd like you to mark Thursday, September 28th. If you are a graduate student, international graduate student, from 2 to 4:30, we will launch Grad Intercom. We'll have a welcome, some snacks. You'll get to know other international graduate students, new and current. And then we'll have some discussions in roundtable format. We will send more information about that, but I just wanted you to know that there is community in the graduate school specifically for international graduate students called Grad Intercom. Intercom stands for International Community. So when you hear that name, Grad Intercom, please know it's for you. And thank you. Again, welcome. We're pleased to have you. Please contact me with questions, and I'm happy to send it to Beth.
Well, thank you, Nurul, and Alex and Maggie for giving us great information on navigating higher education experience. My name is Beth Eisenstein, and I'm going to start us on the path of getting into our breakout rooms to practice asking the questions, practice getting this advice, but also, and building relationships. So our hope is that you will learn to connect more around these themes, like first, who are the faces within your college or the program? Who are the key people and roles that you need to know in your college? What are the places? What are the places you will spend a lot of time? We have, and there's going to be virtual places that you need to be a part of, and there's going to be in-person places that you'll be a part of a lot as well. And then what are the spaces, how to build community and connections in your colleges? What are the virtual, let's say, social media, the online platforms that you're going to be building community connections with? Or what are the in-person opportunities you'll have? So I'm going to pass it over to Soliana, who will now explain how you're going to join the breakout rooms.
Thank you, Beth. Hi, everybody. My name is Soliana Shakur. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm a senior GG leader with ISSS. And now, as we're moving into the breakout sessions, I will give brief instructions on how to join the breakout rooms. Each breakout rooms will be hosted by professors, advisors, graduate program coordinators, or student leaders from each college, and we will spend from 30 to 45 minutes. Please refer to the slide to check the host for your college and degree types. Once you confirm the host, click on the breakout rooms button next to the record button and select choose breakout room. Then a new window with a list of breakout rooms will show up, and the names of the colleges and hosts are displayed for each breakout room. Select the correct breakout room for your college and degree types to join. So just in case to go over some acronyms, CHED is the college, CEHD is the College of Education and Human Development. CFANS is the College of Food, Agriculture, and Natural Resource Sciences. CSC is the College for Science and Engineering. CLA, the College for Liberal Arts. CBS, the College for Biological Sciences. CSUM is the College for Carlson School of Management. And there's also the College of Continuing and Professional Studies. If you cannot choose a breakout room, please stay in the main room and rename yourself to college / degree type, which is grad or undergrad, or degree type / name, and we can automatically assign you to the correct breakout room. Or just feel free to unmute yourself and request to be moved so we can move you manually. Also, a quick reminder for everyone. Yes. After the breakout session is over, you can just leave the meeting, and I hope you all have a great time in the breakout rooms.